Sawadika, very good evening and welcome to Thai PBS World Tonight. I'm Nad Bunag.
And I'm Hatai Tiranan, and good evening. We hope you had a good weekend as well. And kick-starting the program tonight with the COVID vaccine drive, the mass inoculation campaign for school students with the Pfizer vaccine actually begins today. So for the mass vaccination of students, 3.6 million students aged 12 to 18 have received consent from their guardians for their inoculation with the Pfizer mRNA vaccine following the arrival in Thailand of the first lot of 2 million doses last Wednesday. And as for the delivery of the mRNA vaccine, a further 28 million doses are on order and will follow. So 6 million of which alone of this Pfizer vaccine are expected to arrive later this month. Students in the 29 COVID-19 dark red provinces from over 15,000 schools will be the first to receive the jabs. And according to Dr. Shwesan Namwat, Director for Emergency Health Hazards and Diseases of the Disease Control Department, the health authorities are currently researching a proposal to administer only one shot to boys before the campaign for the second shot starts. He also assured the public that the incidence of serious side effects such as inflammation of heart muscle is very low. Currently, about 30% of the entire population in Thailand have received 2 vaccine shots to date.
And so the government is getting the students to get vaccinated with the Pfizer vaccine in order to prepare for the school reopening, which is expected to be this November. Hopefully, with more students getting vaccinated, it can also build the herd immunity in schools.
Definitely, this is good news indeed as well. We all live in the same society, and so it doesn't make any sense to only focus on some age groups. And perhaps parents can really heave a big sigh of relief soon, maybe next month, when schools are expected to reopen and not just stuck with their children's online classes.
Exactly. And we're still on the topic of COVID-19 vaccinations. For those waiting for the third booster shots with the use of AstraZeneca vaccines, the registrations will open this Thursday, and this will be open to those who've been inoculated with 2 doses of Sinovac. The COVID-19 vaccination site at Bang Se Grand Station in Bangkok has announced that they will start providing AstraZeneca booster shots for those who were already vaccinated with 2 doses of Sinovac before July 31st. Registrations will be open from this Thursday, October 7th at 9 a.m. in the morning through mobile phone providers, and the vaccinations will start from October 9th to the 31st from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. free of charge. However, the walk-in appointments are not available. And with the recent figures on the vaccine administration, according to the Ministry of Higher Education, Science, Research and Innovation, 54.8 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines have been administered to date, with 31% of the entire population fully vaccinated with 2 doses, while around 2.2% of the population have already received third booster shots.
And meanwhile, Kunad, it has been confirmed that Germany will be donating more than 340,000 doses of AstraZeneca vaccines to Thailand. So currently it is at the preparation stage of delivery, and it is expected to arrive in Thailand by mid-October, so just a week or 2 to go. And at the same time, Germany will also donate 2,000 units of monoclonal antibodies to Thailand to treat the COVID-19 patients with mild or moderate symptoms. Well, with more than 30% of full inoculation rate now, with more vaccines coming in too, especially the mRNA type, and also with new COVID cases at less than 10,000 a day, things seem to look better.
Exactly. The vaccination rate has really increased with more vaccines coming in, and the percentage is increasing as well for those who have been fully inoculated with 2 doses. But although the booster shot will be available very soon, we should never forget those who haven't even received a single dose of COVID-19 vaccine, as well as those who have not been fully vaccinated yet. Because if we look at the figures, you still need another 69% to get the entire population fully vaccinated with both doses.
Right, Kunal. We have to also be mindful that others still haven't really got inoculated. So it is also a good move for many organizations to try to register those people who may be working outside of the social security system, for example.
Exactly.
And moving on to the latest on the Thailand's flooding situation, 6 provinces in the northeast have been warned to brace for possible flooding. Residents in areas at risk have been urged to prepare for evacuation at any time for the next couple of days. So Thailand's National Water Directorate has issued an advisory for riverside residents living in 28 districts in 6 northeastern provinces to move their valuables to higher ground and be ready for evacuation anytime between today and October 15 due to possible flooding from the swollen Chi River. The 6 provinces are Khon Kaen, Mahasarakam, Kalasin, Roi Et, Yasothon, andศรีสะเกษ. And according to this directorate, heavy rain caused by the Dien Mu Depression and monsoon trough on September 24th and 25th has actually driven a substantial rise in the level of Chi River, overflowing its banks and inundated the upper river basin in Chayapum province, also in the northeast. And the water has flowed downstream to Shonabot Dam in Shonabot district of Khon Kaen, raising the level water in the reservoir to about 3.5 meters above the low-lying bank, resulting in flooding of low-lying areas in 6 districts of Khon Kaen province.
In the meantime, the directorate said that the level of water in the Ubonran Reservoir in Khon Kaen province is also rising towards its maximum holding capacity, forcing irrigation officials to discharge the excess water downstream in the Nampong River and eventually into the Chi River. The Chi River downstream from the Mahasarakam Dam is rising by 5 centimeters per hour and is expected to rise by 1.5 to 2 meters between now and October 15th, which will flood low-lying areas on both sides of the river in 28 districts in 6 northeastern provinces. The directorate also instructed irrigation officials to adjust the discharge of water through dams and water gates into water retention areas or monkey cheeks to delay the water from reaching the Chi River to ease the flooding downstream.
Right, so this is something that keeps happening every year, Kunal, but the situation this year also doesn't seem to look promising or that it will improve anytime soon either.
Exactly, and not just up in the northeast, but many central provinces, including Bangkok, are on high alert right now in case of possible floodings as well, because in the Chao Phraya River, we are hearing reports that the water levels have been increasing as well. And now let's end the program with something a lot lighter. So during the floods, many people have had to evacuate from their homes or their workplaces, but this barbecue restaurant in Nonthaburi province took this quirky opportunity to continue its business by exploiting the floods. The video of customers standing on their benches and holding onto their tables as the floodwater from Chao Phraya River swept into the barbecue restaurant caused a sensation on social media over the weekend and has been shared more than 16,000 times. The owner of the Chao Phraya Antique Cafe or Ban Tha Nam Non restaurant decided to adapt the place to be a surfing barbecue. The change gained much attention from customers with with a big increase in reservations. At the same time, many of the customers really enjoyed the experience eating and while surfing the flood waters. The customers said it's a novelty to be eating barbecue with their feet in flood waters. Some of them also said it was quite exciting when they have to stand on their benches as boats pass along the river, which send bow waves into the restaurant. They also said that this experience is hard to find, which prompted them to come to the restaurant. However, the restaurant announced its temporary closure from today until Wednesday due to higher flood waters, which interfere with the service. So unfortunately, if you want to enjoy the flood waters eating barbecue, you have to wait until Thursday to do that. But it's quite uncertain whether we can actually do it because the flood waters are still increasing and it's quite unpredictable as well.
Right, exactly. Well, actually, that's one of the cases we keep talking about, Kenneth, that Thais are so creative. Many of the Thais are so creative in coming up with ways to ride the wave. Well, in this case, literally, for all the problems that they're facing, like we talked about this earlier on about how someone was in a boat and rowing in a pothole on a road, basically just to say, see, this is so big that you can actually row a boat in it. And this is the same thing. Also, many creative ways in actually trying to improve quite a bad situation and make profits out of it even.
Exactly. It's nice to see how many people are so creative, turning from a bad situation into something that can bring smiles to others as well. And this surfing barbecue restaurant is definitely one of them. And if the flood waters are not too bad, if we have the chance, maybe we can try at least once.
Yeah, definitely. Why not? And also, we still haven't been to Buriram for the meatballs yet. There's
Exactly.
still a lot to do in our list as well. Yeah. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Thai PBS World tonight. But do catch us like this every weekday at 7 p.m. for all the top stories and explainers.
And don't forget to follow us on our social media as well as our website, thaipbsworld.com, for all the latest updates about Thailand as well as analyses. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and we'll see you tomorrow. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ